Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the new Death Guard boarding patrol and breaking down the price and point values. Last week I did the price and point breakdowns for the 3 boarding patrols, but with 4 more previewed this week, I'm going to be doing the same thing for each of those. I put up a YouTube community poll to see which one was your favourite, and there was a clear winner. It was the Death Guard, coming in at 48%. So in this video I'll cover the Death Guard, and then I'll do 3 more videos working my way down through the order in which you voted. Here we go then. So these are the miniatures that are going to be included in the box. Great photo highlighting all the different models, including 10 Plague Marines, 3 Death Shroud Terminators, and 1 Lord of Virulence. This is an interesting choice for the HQ, but I think with that twin Plague Spewer that's going to dish out potentially 2d6 heavy shots that automatically hit the target, this is going to be pretty fierce in the close confines of the Gallodark. And when you get even closer to him, he's going to pull out that Plague Claw and get stuck in with that too. So he's not going to be messing around for sure. And then backing him up, he's got these 3 Death Shroud Terminators. They'll be armed with another auto-hitting weapon, the Plague Spurt Gauntlet, but really you're looking at using these for their melee attacks with the Man Reaper weapon. And then there's the Plague Marines. Now you'll be getting 2 different sets of Plague Marines. One comes with 7 models that you see here, and another set is going to come with 3 models that you see in this picture. So great way to get a nice solid 10 Plague Marines and put together 2 units potentially. Let's have a look at the points values then. So starting with the Lord of Virulence, he's going to come in at a base value of 120 points, but then you've got the option to add another 15 points if you choose the Deadly Pathogens option. For the Death Shroud Terminators, they're 50 points each, 150 altogether, and the champion can also go for the Deadly Pathogens for an extra 15 points. Finally, there are the 10 Plague Marines, 190 points altogether, 19 each, and again, the champion can have the Deadly Pathogens for 15 extra points. In total, that's 460 points, plus another 45 points if you go for the Deadly Pathogens. So that's going to tip you just over the 500 point limit for boarding actions. So what you'll have to do here is, if you go for the Deadly Pathogens, just choose 2. Probably going to be, the Lord of Virulence and then one of the Death Shroud Terminators, I imagine. And then you'll be bang on 490 points. Let's have a look at the prices then. So if you were to buy these individually at the full RRP from Games Workshop website, the Lord of Virulence would be £24. The 3 Death Shroud Terminators come in at £36. And then you've got the 10 Plague Marines. Now you're going to get a box of 7 for £32.50, and then another box of 3, the Plague Marine Reinforcements, for £26. That's going to take you to a total of £118.50 at today's current prices, and don't forget all of these are going to change in March with that average of 6% price increase across the board, except for some of the things like the starter sets. But if they do this at the same price as the Space Marine Boarding Actions box set, then it's going to be at today's price £65 for all these models, which is a really good saving. You're cutting that down almost in half with a saving of 45%. So this has got to be the most cost-effective way to get hold of these models, especially those 3 Plague Marine Reinforcements, £26 for just 3 models. That's pretty steep for those. I'd definitely be put off by that. And then also the Death Shroud Bodyguard, although they're a little bit bigger, still £36 for 3 models is quite a lot. So I think all round, £65, this is going to be a great way to get hold of these models, but we can certainly do better than that. And if you go to your friendly local game stores, online retailers like Wayland Games, Element Games, Firestorm Games, you're going to save 20% or up to 20% off that price. So if you can get these models for around £52, then that is so much better than buying them individually. It's definitely the best way to get models. Any starter sets you can get hold of, any box sets like this, combat patrols, definitely better value. When you start picking out those individual models, the price of your army soon ramps up. So if this appeals and it's got the models you want, I think it's great to take the opportunity and grab hold of one of these boxes. I've put some links down below in the description to all those websites I just mentioned and my friendly local game store, the Little Shop DVD and Games in Liskeard, Cornwall, so check those out. And if you use any of those links and purchase something, you also support the channel here and help me keep going with those daily videos as I get a small commission from every sale made through those links. So if you do have a look, thanks so much, I really appreciate it. Now let's compare the price across the world then. So we're looking at 515 points altogether. So in the UK, £65 at the current prices if they do it the same as the Space Marines Board in Action Boarding Patrol box set. US dollars will be 110, Euros 85, Australia is going to be $170, in New Zealand $200, Canada $130, and then in Japan 14.3 thousand yen. I really like the look of this box set. It's great to see how popular it was, coming out of 48% in the poll, and speaking to a few people about it, I think people are generally excited about this one and really looking forward to getting hold of it. So this has definitely come out as the winner from the box set so far. I may even go far to say the best from all 7, but what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite boarding actions from, or boarding patrols I should say, from all the ones you've seen so far. But all up, this one's going to give you 14 models, 515 points, potentially 4 units that you can use, so you can have 3 or 4 units. You've got a good HQ included in there that I think would be good for boarding actions, and a solid selection all round. These are going to be pretty tough to play against, and I think fun to play against too. If you were choosing to play these as your army, I think that they're going to be pretty easy to play, some really good rules, and they're going to stay around with all those abilities they've got and hang in there doing some serious damage. So I think these could be really great for new players, easy to paint I think compared to a lot of the other factions. Existing players might get something out of this as well, especially if they don't have that HQ already, and then getting those 3 Plague Marines included in the bundle price, definitely a cost-effective way to get hold of those. There we go then, that's the boarding patrol for the Death Guard, and I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll be covering all the other boarding patrols that we saw this week for the Adeptus Mechanicus, Chaos Demons and Genestealer Cults. The Adeptus Mechanicus came in second with 24%, so I'll be doing those next. But I've also already done the Necrons, I've done the Tyranids, that was a really good set as well, and also the Grey Knights. If you'd like to check those out, they're all up on the channel, going into great detail for each of those 3 boxes. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you a good idea about what you could expect from this, not just for playing boarding actions, but even playing regular games of 40k. Maybe this is something you want to get to start building an army, and 500 points is a great way to get going and then build up to 1,000 and beyond. But thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Game. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me keep going with these daily videos. Really appreciate your support, and thanks so much to everyone who's been joining recently, as we've set a goal for 100 Patreons, and then once we reach that goal, I'll start doing narrative battle reports on the channel. So I'm looking at doing Kill Team, 500 point combat patrols for 40k, and Warcry as well. So if that's something you're interested in and you'd like to pick up some extra related perks that tie in with those campaigns and battle reports, then please consider checking out my Patreon. There's a link in the description below where you can find out more. I've also added a bunch of new perks on there, and at the moment they start from £3 a month, and then you can work up to 10, 20, and then I've got some interesting perks there for wise merchants where you can sponsor a video as a business or for a friend, maybe for their birthday or something like that. And I've also got some other options there where I can help you to either start a YouTube channel, write a book, or anything else to do with a hobby, where we meet up each month for Skype calls or even in person. So some great options there. And if any of that appeals to you and you're interested in finding out more, there's a link in the description. Be awesome to see you there.